Is this everyone? Oh. Hi guys. So I guess everyone's here. So I'll be the facilitator from Sophia University. Hi, I'm Mel. I am half French, half Japanese. Nice to meet you guys. And I guess we'll just do the quick self-introduction. Just your name, like I don't know where you're from, I guess. So let's start from Sophia students, I guess. All right.
Okay, hi guys. I'm from the IIUM. I'm the VC from IIUM, and my name is Daniel. Just call me Daniel. And my other group mates would be Omar, Akmal, and Safwan. So this just four of us. And guys, who will be taking notes this time among you three? Safwan, Omar, Akmal.
Mal.
Bye. Mal yang tu kan, yang catat.
Aku mal note taker.
Okay, I guess that's all from me. And how about people from your group?
Yeah, we already have timekeeper and note taker. So I was just thinking maybe we just self-introduction names. So Shoko, just say like, hi, I'm Shoko and stuff. Do you want to start?
Yes.
Thank you.
So, hello, my name is Shoko. I have been living in Japan since I was born, so I'm really looking for this conversation because I really want to know you and the Muslim. So nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Tip too.
Right now, do you want us to go?
Okay. Hi, my name is Naoko Otsuka, and I'm a freshman, and I'm studying the global studies. And yeah, I'm interested in the Muslims culture and like the Islam society because we don't know much about it. Yeah, nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, Mayu?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Mayu and I've been to Malaysia for once, but I really want to know about Malaysian or Muslims, like lots of things today more. So hopefully we will have a good discussion today. Yeah.
Shota?
Hi, my name is Shota. I'm 18 years old and I'm very interested in this discussion. So nice to meet you.
Wait, Nina?
I'm Nina and I'm studying global studies and I'm very curious about Malaysian culture. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yuta?
Hi, my name is Yuta. I've never visited to Malaysia, but I'm very interested in this place. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right. Can we get a quick introduction from Malaysia too? If possible?
Okay. Continue.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Safwan Saufi. You can call me Safwan, and I am student majoring in Arabic for international communication. And that's all from me. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Okay, thank you, Uma.
Hello, my name is Umar Habib. I am majoring in tourism planning and hospitality management. So I will planning to travel in Japan in the future soon. So nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, thank you. Uma.
Hello, my name is Akmal. I'm majoring tourism planning and hospitality management, same as Umar. I'm 23 years old. Okay, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Okay, so I guess we'll start the questions. Professor, so we have to start from the class topics, right? Or can we?
Yeah, from the topic about Japanese occupation and the Malaysian perception about Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, basically around 30 minutes about that topic.
Okay.
Mm.
So we learned about Japanese occupation from Professor Kushimoto, and a lot of us didn't know, sadly, about it. So we were very shocked, and we wanted to ask, what do you guys think about the occupation that happened? Yeah, that's our question.
The question was about how, I'm sorry, the line just went bleak right there. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So we wanted to ask, how do you feel, or like, how did you learn about the occupation in Malaysia?
In my time, because the syllabus in our school keep changing, so I learned about history about this occupation when I was in secondary school. We learned that in history, and yeah, it was like 2 or 3 topics of it.
Oh, so it was quite a long lecture about it.
Yeah, it's long because the occupation of the Japanese force on us was kind of significant in our history, so we had to properly learn about it.
And how did you feel about it?
Honestly, I don't know about the other guys, but I don't really feel anything about it. I mean, it was in the past, it was a long ago, it was a warring period, so that kind of things do happen. I don't know about the people who went through it. This is my opinion as someone who lived in a peaceful era.
Yeah, I think when we talk about Japan occupation, our ancestor probably will be met at Japanese, but we didn't experience, so we don't have that kind of angry feelings or revenge or something like that. So yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anything to say? Uma?
Can I add?
Yeah.
So in the beginning, Japanese came to Malaya to help fight British, because British has colonized Malaya for a long time. So in the firstly, the Malaya accept the invasion of Japanese, because the Japanese bought the propaganda, which is for Asia, like something like that. So so it will help the Malaya spirit to help the Japanese the Japanese defeated the British, because British has colonized Malaya for a long time. So at the end, it went opposite, because Japan has invaded Malaya, and it was so in west, which from if I read, it was so terrible for the Japan, for the Malayan people.
Thank you. That's really interesting to hear, because when we learned about it, we were all super mad, like very, very mad. But then Daniel and Safwan said like, well, it was a past and everything. So I'm quite surprised that, yeah, that was really surprising for me. And okay, so I guess we'll move it on to the next question. So we wanted to know if there's any remaining culture or like influence in Malaysia since the occupation. Is there any Japanese influence or Japanese culture still remaining in Malaysia?
I can't say there's none, but there is some, but it's really, how do I say this? Obscure. In my state in Kelantan, we usually take our words from different language, especially from those who went to us, occupy us. And we have some of the words that I suspect was from Japanese, but it's changed. Some a little bit, some a lot. So I can't really make sure of it.
Can you tell me what it is? I kind of want to know.
Okay, so the beetle in here, we call it kabu.
Kabu.
Okay, I expect it took from the Japanese, which in Japanese, the beetle would be kabuto.
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's so cool. Wow.
Thank you. How about the others from Malaysia?
No, I think I don't see any of remaining of the Japanese culture or what in my place in my state. So how about Uma or Akmal?
Yeah, I agree, because they are not so they are not have any culture that have been left by the Japanese during the invasion. So I see a lot the new culture, not the old culture of the Japanese culture in Malaysia.
Don't you see the Japanese army, for example, on any like current TV programs and in movies, something about like Japanese soldiers?
Yeah, thank you, Sensei. We have that. We
Yeah.
have that. We have a movie called Sergeant Hassan. It was about the first time the Japanese came to take over Malaysia. We also have a museum in Pulau Penang that was it was how do I say this? It was the one of the headquarters of the Japanese army during World War II. So yeah, we still have that, and there's still some other places that I'm really sorry because I don't know much about it, but those are the few examples.
Interesting. Oh,
Can I add some?
of course.
I have heard there was a building, or not building, a school in Kuala Lumpur called Victoria Institution. So back then, the Victoria Institution was have been a barracks of the Japanese army during the invasion. So That's what I know about the some of the Japanese invasion in Kuala Lumpur, I guess. Thank you.
And there's one more interesting story that I've heard. Most of people of Malay will always tell about what Japanese soldier ghost. Yes, we we as a Malaysian we always heard that story because yeah, we know that there's a lot of Japanese soldier died here in Malaysia, right? So the spirit of the Japanese soldier came out and want hunt people.
Every school we relate.
Yeah.
We relate it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or have the Japanese soldiers hunt ghost?
No.
Were they in your school?
Yes. Primary school or secondary school, we always hear the story. There's a what Japanese soldier goes. He want to what cut. Apa, Ma?
With a sword?
Yeah, slice people's head with his katana.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting. So, like, when did you first hear about the Japanese occupation? Was it like in the day, like daily life about the ghost stories, or like was it when your first contact about the Japanese occupation? Was it in school, or your maybe I don't know, grandma always talk about it, grandpa always talked about it? How did you like first know about it?
Yeah, so despite my grandpa being a former soldier, a retired soldier, he wasn't in the Japanese occupation era. He was deployed during the when we were fighting communists, the remnants of communists after the Japan have left. So most of us, I think, learn about it from school. I mean, we do hear a little about it in our daily life, just some tidbits, but the full story would be from history class.
Interesting. Thank you so much. Any other students have any questions to them? I'm just asking questions we wrote last class. So if there's anything you have in mind, then you can just ask.
Or maybe you can just share what you have felt hearing their stories.
Yeah, great.
You can also appoint somebody, like, what about Shoko?
Yeah, I heard a story is very interesting, and I have one question. Do you have any family or relatives with who experienced the Japanese occupation or war or the history in your family?
Okay, thank you for the question. I don't know about my grandparents when the Japanese are here in Malaysia. They were very young, so they barely remember most of it. But they do remember some of acts of war that happened. Yeah, about how I don't know if I can say this in class. I mean, it's a little gory.
Yeah, thank you.
How about the others?
For me, I think my grandmother, she she had experienced the Japanese. No, she used to facing the Japanese soldier. At that time, the Japanese soldier forced her to work. I don't know, in estate or something like that, in village. That's what she told me about Japanese soldier at that time.
Thank you.
Everyone else, the other two?
I think my story is similar to Safwan because during my grandparents' time, they have so hard time during the Japanese invasion. So I think the story is similar. They have a hard time working or hiding from the Japanese army, afraid of being killed by them, and so on. So I think it is the same story or occasion that our grandparents have faced during the Japanese invasion. So yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't know. Shota, do you have any questions?
Yeah, the conversation was very interesting, but I don't know. Maybe it's not like related to this topic, but I don't know. What's your future dream? So what do you want to like learn, or what do you want to do in your future? For example, like you want to work at another country, or yeah, I want to hear about your thoughts in the future.
That's a nice question.
Okay, thank you, Shota-san. Shota-san,
Yes, yes.
So I'm gonna start. So my dream, since I'm currently taking English and I've been taking part-time jobs teaching English at school, so you guess it, I want to be a teacher one day, following after my mother's footsteps. How about the others?
As for me, I'm taking the tourism planning and hospitality management. So it's maybe it's a typical things that I want to travel around the world, settle down in a country and live and work there, and retire there also. So yeah, okay, maybe Japan is one of the destination that I will go travel over something like that in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, same goes to me. I would like to travel to Japan also because my brother, I can say that he right now be one of the Nihonjin because he studied there for I think 5 years at Saitama University, and he worked there for around 2 or 3 years, and then he returned to Malaysia. So he is a Nihonjin. So I want to be a Nihonjin too, you know? No, just kidding.
Okay, that's Oma. Okay, Oma.
Okay, for me, I don't really have dream, but I'm just follow my parents, what they want, so I'm just follow. So one of the idea of my father is to send me to the one of the Japanese in the company, but I don't know what's the name. But when I take the level 1 Japanese in IIUM, I failed the subject, so my father can force me to go to Japanese because I don't really like Japanese language because it's hard. Okay, I'm sorry for to be
No, Japanese language is really, 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 really hard. I understand. I totally understand. Shoko, do we still have time or how's the time going?
Now we spend 20 minutes about this topic. So
Okay, so maybe 5 more minutes,
yeah,
maybe like
I
one
think so
more
too.
question. Anyone have any question? Mayu, do you have any question?
Well,
It could be anything.
okay. Like, did you like? Did your image towards Japanese change like after you were thought about the Japanese occupation, or like I'm just curious, like what's your like current image of towards Japanese? Just any image that that you have. I just want to know.
Okay. So about this, we have some people hold some bad image about Japan, and yeah, I mean it's not really wrong, but the past, basically what I think is the past is in the past it was a warring time. If we had power, we probably do the same thing. So yeah, it was war. I mean, what the people back then, the Japanese army did to our ancestors was undoubtedly cruel. But then again, they're dead now. So yeah, the past is in the past. But I don't know about the other three. What's their opinion?
Honestly, we don't hate Japan country or Japanese people, because yeah, as what Daniel said, the past is in the past. So, and in my opinion, Japan has changed 100% after the Hiroshima bombing, I guess. So after that, Japan is changed 100% changed towards a good country or a progressive country. So that's what makes us proud of Japan.
Okay, thank you. The other two?
Probably my answer will be the same as Safwan and Daniel, because we uh, we are now living in peace, no war at all. So our perception towards the Japanese is for now is nothing but just the human being. So just back then there's war and invasion. So there's no such perception that shows that the Japanese is bad or something else. So because it changed through time, and yeah, it is yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Akmal?
One more question, Shoko, or shall we move on?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry.
Can I ask one question?
Of course, thank you.
Yes.
What do you know about Japan? Like Mount Fuji or something?
Anime, of course.
Anime.
What's anime do you like?
Shingeki no Kyojin,
I see.
Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Oh, I watched that.
Kesenai yumi wo.
That's Lisa's music, maybe. Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, thank you. Do you need mine too?
Yeah.
So what I know about the Japan is, yeah, anime. I mean, started watching that when I was secondary school, I guess. So yeah, I didn't, but I don't really understand Japanese at that time. And watching it was, I was just looking at the subtitles, but it was fun. It was fun. I'm still watching it. Okay, a grown-up anime. But yeah, I guess the I learned some Japanese in it, and I did work at a restaurant like 2 years ago, and we had Japanese customer, Korean customer. So yeah, my what do you call it? My poor Japanese, the not so good Japanese, was helping me back then. It did give me a tip.
Oh wow. Do a lot of people like anime in Malaysia?
I think majority of us watch anime
Oh.
because anime have started in Malaysia since I think early 2000. Because I have watched Dragon Ball Z in my 4 to 5 years in age. So yeah, this I think anime is one part of our not say culture but routine in Malaysia.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Nina, did that answer your question?
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I think
Yes,
we'll
yeah.
move on to you guys asking questions to us. So yeah.
Okay. So thank you for the student for asking us a lot of questions. We love it. Then here's our question. That's not very much. So it's about the Muslim society in Japan, how Islam is doing right there. So first question: have you ever met a Muslim at your place, your state, your university, anywhere in Japan? And what do you think of them?
So the question is, have we ever met Muslim or have we ever met Muslim Japanese? Or both?
Yeah, both.
Both.
Okay, so I guess I'll start. Actually, my best friend is Muslim, and then I'm living with a Muslim person right now. And we did Ramadan together for the first time. That was, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Congrats.
very, very interesting for me. So yeah, that's my answer. Anyone else? Yuta, do you know any Muslims?
No, I've never met Muslim, so I'm very interested. Um, I have, I think Muslim is very honest for their rule. They strict to follow their rule. I think I have this.
Okay, thank you. Mayu, do you have any Muslim friends or have you ever met?
Actually, like in Japan, like I don't have much opportunity to meet or see Muslim people. Like, so, but I don't have a like really bad image towards Muslim because I've been to like study abroad, and yeah, so but yeah, I think like not many Japanese people are really familiar to like Muslims because yeah, I think.
Thank you. Okay, so in this room, anyone has like, can you raise your hand if you have Muslim friends, or have you met Muslim? Oh, Shoko. There you go.
I worked at restaurant, so I served many people. So in the customers, I have met with Muslim, and then they cannot eat meat. So they asked me the without meat dish, but in my restaurant, all dishes are used the not halal food, so they cannot eat so much. So I'm very sorry as a one worker. So I think that maybe in Japan there are many Muslims, so we should change the food for them. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Thank you. Yeah, I think yeah, just like Shoko said, I think the number of Muslims are increasing because we have some mosques in Tokyo, but there are no much halal food, which is a bit, yeah.
That's inconvenient for them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So yeah, that's yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so as you are probably informed, as you already said before, that the number of Muslim are growing, not just in Japan but in the world. But as a citizen in Japan, I want to ask you, what do you think the future of Islam in Japan would be? Would it be accepted, or would there be any kind of conflict or discrimination towards it? But yeah.
Thank you. So I think I'll answer first and I'll pass it to other person, but I think it will be accepted, but then I'm not sure if there will be a lot of halal business in Japan, because I feel like a lot of Japanese people really don't know what is halal. So I feel like they'll just put halal sign when, even if they're really not, like they don't really understand some people. So I'm really kind of scared of that happening, and just like halal being like a business, not actual respect, like just a business. I'm a bit scared of that, but I think it'll be accepted because Japanese people, a lot of Japanese people don't really have a strong religion. So I think there wouldn't be conflict there. Yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah. What others think? Naoko, do you want to talk?
Okay. I don't think the Japanese will like discriminate the Muslims, because Japan is a country that not that doesn't have any like main religion. So yeah, that a lot of people have believe in no any religion. So yeah, as Emily said, and it might be difficult for Muslims to like work like successfully in a like food business or something like business. But living in Japan, I think Japanese won't discriminate them. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Thank you. Nina, do you have any opinion?
My opinion is same as Milene and Naoko. But it is difficult for Muslim to live in Japan because Japan don't have halal food a lot. Sophia University have a halal food restaurant, but many places don't have it. So it is difficult for a Muslim to live in Japan, I think, now.
Yeah. I hope that changes. Hopefully, that definitely needs to change. And I
Yeah.
also think maybe like they could start considering a little bit about Ramadan. So like in our class, we're not allowed to eat during class, but then some of my friends are doing Ramadan and they have class till 7 or like past 7 sometimes, and they're really hungry, you know. So they want to break fast during class, but they can't. But then I feel like there should be some like exception during that time or something. Maybe Japan should be more flexible. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. So as you, I hope that will change someday. And yeah, because Japan just starting to get more immigrants, right? From the other, just open its borders. So yeah, I'm glad that happened. And some other question. So as you mentioned before, there are many atheists, right, in Japan?
Many what?
Atheists, people who don't have religion.
Atheists, yeah.
So I want to ask the people in your group that is have a strong religion, a strong belief in the hereafter and God. I want to ask you guys, what do you think of those people, the people that is not so religious?
So for us, not really religious, what do we think about religious people? Is that a question? Or no?
No, I want to ask the people who held a belief. What do they think about the people? Because in my lifetime, some of the nicest people that I've met are atheists. So I want to ask what Japan people think about it.
Is anyone in this group have specific religion? Or even their family, like not yourself, but your family?
I'm a Christian.
Oh, okay. So you can answer the question, I think.
Like how do I feel about religious people? I'm sorry, I kind of couldn't understand the question properly.
I want to ask you how you feel about the people that have no, that is not in a religion, that is not in any religion like Buddha, Shinto, or Christianity.
So what do you think about atheists?
Yeah, I think I don't think it's like
I'm really sorry if this question is too controversial or anything.
No, it's
I'm
not.
really
It's
sorry.
it's not.
日本語でもいいよ、あれだったら。
あれですよね、宗教
を信じてない人とか、宗教全く持ってない人についてどう思うって。
ジャパン、日本で多いからってことですよね。Yeah, like like people around me have don't have any like religion to believe, so I think it's not like rare in Japan, and but I heard that Japanese believes in like every single meal that I think Japanese think each one of like meals like have got, you know, like ご飯残しちゃいけないとか言うじゃないですか。なんかすいません。Sorry in Japanese.
So I think she wants to say like a lot of our manners and like
Yes.
ethics are based on Shinto and Buddhism. So although we don't really believe in the religion, our thoughts are based on religion. So I think she wants to say like, okay, yeah, I think a lot of people have some sort of connections in some way. So there are no like complete no believer. I think that's what she's trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Lily.
Okay, I'm really sorry for the
It's
for the first question. We ran out of questions, so I had to make one up. And so recently, okay, you know there was a war going on between the Palestinians and the Israel, the occupying
Yeah.
state Israel. So and I heard that Japanese held a protest and everything for the Palestinians, and for that, thank you. So I want to ask you, as individuals, what do you think of the conflict, the ethnic cleansing?
Okay, so I think we all should answer this question. So I'll just go shortly. So yeah, please everyone prepare your answer. Myself personally, I'm very, very, very against Israeli government because I just think it's a genocide. There's no like, it's my opinion, but I just think there is no war going on. It's just a one-way genocide because Palestinians doesn't have weapon, they don't have military, but then Israelis are having all the big militaries with money, and Palestinians are fighting back with rocks, and it just like I don't know. For me, I'm very against Israel government, and they're doing something that um, Germany was doing to Jewish people. So I don't know why they're doing that. But yeah, I think the big responsibility goes to Europe as well, UK, who assigned the land to Israel. So yeah, it's really sad what's going on, and I'm trying to contribute, but I don't know how. So I'm just boycotting some things, and yeah. So,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Shota, do you wanna start?
Yeah. I think I heard of this news, but I'm not that, learn, and I don't know that much about it, but I think that we should like know about like Japanese people have to know much about this, because I only think that it's on a same globe, but it's like too far from us, and we don't have war for like so long time, so we're not like familiar in war. But I think we should like discuss and think about more, because it's not a problem. It's a problem like related to us, because we are living on the same globe. So I think we should think more about that problem. Yeah.
Thank you. Nina, do you wanna go next?
Actually, I don't know about the news because TV always show the situation of coronaviruses, and yeah, I didn't know what's going on in this place, so I can't get answer this question. Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's not really covered in Japanese media as much as maybe in Muslim countries or like in Europe or yeah. So because I learned it off internet. So yeah, not really on the news maybe. Mayu, do you know anything about it?
Same as like Nina, like I think not all Japanese people are aware this kind of news. So yeah, like same as Shota, like I feel like we should, like many more people should be aware of this news because it's like a global, worldwide issue. So yeah, I think that way.
Thank you. Yuta, do you know anything?
Yes, I think it's not just religious conflict because Israel's back is USA, or and there's some テロ組織
Terrorist.
terrorist and 今回 this time's conflict is first I hear first attack is by terrorists and the revenge is by Israel. It's so I think it's not only religious conflict but some 偉い人が
Mm.
they're interesting or earn money by the war.
Oh, okay.
So I think we should talk, discuss about もっと広い観点から。
So he's saying like it's not just a war, it's money related and power related and authority related. So we should look at it from a wider perspective. That's his opinion, I think.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
So I ran out of questions, the ones in the Padlet and the ones in my head. So I'm gonna ask the other people in my group if they have any questions. Uma, and do you guys have any questions?
Regarding the COVID-19, how's the COVID-19 situation in your country, in Japan? Is it worrying situation?
It's very, very, very bad. I live in Tokyo. Is everyone in Tokyo? Who's in Tokyo?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so in Tokyo it's very, very bad. And I think the government's not talking about the real number. And they're trying to do Olympics, which is like and the vaccines, we're very, very late. So I don't know what our government's doing. Everyone's very angry about it. That's what I know. But yeah, how about who's not in Tokyo? Shoko, you're not in Tokyo?
I'm in Chiba near Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah, but Chiba is little bit better than Tokyo. So, but because of coronavirus, most of people lost their job and their all originary life. So in Japan, most of people angry to government. So this is the problem in Japan now. But government, yeah, Mary said wants to do Olympic this year and this summer. So maybe we cannot solve this problem now. Yeah.
Can I have one question to Malaysian people, students?
Yeah.
I just want to ask, like, what do you think about the Olympics? Like, should Olympics should be held or not, like in Tokyo? Like, yeah.
Okay, so first of all, the news that we received about Japan is that Japan is doing very well. We heard that you guys erected a statue like last month. So
wait, what?
Yeah, we had that news here in Malaysia.
Oh.
Some governor in some state, I forgot what it is, I'm sorry, erected a squid statue for tourism. So I don't know about the other guys, but I thought Japan was doing really well. But I guess people in power do the same things in every country.
Yeah, wow, that's scary. I didn't know, what the heck. Okay. What do others think?
Safwan, Umar, what do you think? What do you guys think? Akmal?
No comment. Umar?
Can you repeat the question again? So I forgot the questions.
The question was the people from Sophia University asked us what do we think about the next Olympic that would be held in Japan. Do you think it's safe with this world thing battling pandemic?
So I have heard the Tokyo the Japanese government will continue to held the Olympics games, and what I have heard also, the Japanese government will ban Malaysia because the COVID-19 situation in Malaysia is getting worse. We have reached 9,000 cases, and 9,000 cases recently, and I have heard the Japanese government want to ban us because due to the COVID-19 situation. So I think it is pretty bad for the Japan the Japan country because the Olympics are postponed twice, not twice, have been postponed many times. But yeah, due to the health issue, I think it should postpone be postponed, but maybe in 2 years we can help the Olympics game yet. I think maybe the next this one is 2020, and we have I think what I will suggest is you cancel the 2024 Olympics, and we held the 2020 Olympics in maybe in next year or so. Yeah, that's my opinion on the Olympics Tokyo.
Thank you.
Okay, so time is running short. We already at 6:30 over here. Over there would be like 7, right?
Yeah, 7:30, yeah.
So yeah, we learn about the Japanese today, and I hope you do learn something from us. And thank you all. You've been a great conversation partner, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you for being the great partner for us. And it was really our honor talking to you guys. It was very fun. Hopefully we meet in Japan or Malaysia someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So much.
So anything else, guys?
Wait, I didn't ask, what do you think about Israel?
Oh, we hate it. I mean, if you ask Malaysia, I mean, during the recent attack, I mean, Malaysia cyberbullied Israel a lot. So yeah, it's becoming a grudge right about now.
Right. Interesting.
We don't hate Jews though. We understand that some Jews do stand up for Palestinians. It's just that the state or the occupying state that we hate.
Yeah, just the government that's corrupted. Yeah.
I should probably start recording now, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes.